All right, what is going on? Happy Saturday night to everybody. See, we already got some folks watching here. It's me, Extra Zero, and tonight we are back to do another ranking episode. This time with one of my favorite franchises to ever grace Transformers, and I know this guy too, one of his favorite franchises. That is Beast Wars. That's right. I'm joined again by Lance, and we are going to be ranking potentially all of Beast Wars if we have time, but we're going to be focusing on the years of 1996 and 1997, the first waves of Beast Wars, covering the, back when they weren't core class, they were basics, deluxes, megas, ultras, and the combiners, which I guess they didn't necessarily have a class for Tripredicus. And
I think TF Wiki has them technically listed under like Ultra, I think. Yeah. I don't know. Although I will say doing it by year, you do have some weirdness I think I told you about earlier, because like the transmetals on Fusors, or at least the transmetals started like end of 97 into 98.
Yeah.
So you have that first wave is, I just went by year, so anything that was in 97, I just threw it in there. But I'll tell you one thing, basically Beast Wars spans from 96 to 2001 technically. Yep. But once you take out repaints and slight remolds, by 2001, the waves for 2001, there's four new figures.
Yeah, so that's one of the things that we do here is that if it's a repaint, we really are going to be lumping it in together. So, again, like you're not going to get the, you're not, if something's missing here, especially with like a lot of the basics and deluxes, like you're going to be getting Waspinator, not Waspinator and Buzzsaw, for instance, just to,
Correct.
And you're not going to be getting Tigatron. You're going to be getting just the Cheetor mold. So same thing with Black Arachnia.
And to be fair, there is a minor remold of the Wolfgang model.
Yes.
In the K9. I left that off because literally the tail slightly changes, the head, the shoulder, the beast head slightly changes, but it's basically the same. Yeah, so like some minor remolds. That's something we should discuss. Like, what constitutes like a major remold enough to make it onto a tier list?
I think when they change any of the tooling, like if it's one thing if they change the sculpt, but if they change the tooling in a significant way, like, when it comes to like Legacy, for example, right? Would you say Metal Hawk and Cyclonus are really, like I wouldn't rank them the same.
Or was it Jihaxis and whatever he's based on?
Not Alpha Trion, but Vector Prime. Like Jihaxis and Vector Prime, I think there are some tooling changes there, but it's so insignificant, But like with Cyclonus and Metal Hawk, it's like, well, they really redid a lot in there, and it's a different layout. So that would be an interesting discussion. Like, what's the difference between a repaint and a retool, remold?
I mean, like if you look at Fort Max and Metroplex, they share a lot of engineering. And to do a segue, if you look at like the Tyrantron from MMC, the superposable one, the legs are completely plexus, or completely plexus. Everything above the waist is a little, more new.
Well, the arms, the arms, the hands, and the forearms, they're
very
they're shared. But it's
like
all that armor.
Chest, yes, which I was correct when I think I told you that I was worried about the figure. I think in rollout mode, the backpack does hinder the articulation a little bit. Although the shoulders, I think they did a good job of making it to where it's not a big problem.
Yeah, you can get a lot out of the way with that.
Yeah.
Well, I think we got a bit of people in here. Before we get started, one, thanks everybody for joining on a Saturday night. Again, Lance is over in California, so try to make it work. So not too late, but we probably will go close to midnight on this one. But if you're joining us here live, thank you very much. Restream has been cooperating, but I don't have any background music tonight. So if you're wondering like why it's sounding a little different, Yeah, for whatever reason, I'll only play background music, but they did add some
It's
features.
okay. I'll start singing. It's fine. People want that.
So my wife and I saw Naked Gun earlier, and it was fantastic. Now I have Starship stuck in my head.
I don't know. I haven't seen it yet. I don't get out much to watch movies these days.
Fair. We try to go once or twice a month. We got to go see Nobody 2 at some point. But
I want to go see Superman.
yeah, I want to see Superman as well. Wait, maybe we can
good.
knock out Superman while
That's
you're here.
true. If you guys don't know, I might be going to Baltimore or Maryland anyway next week to visit Extra Zero.
Yeah, and we will be having a meetup in the White Marsh area. So if you are in the DMV area or Pennsylvania, we'll be hanging out at Bar Louie. Now I had to alter the time. It'll still be on Saturday, so it'll be Saturday, the 30th. I'm thinking we're gonna do 4 to 8 instead of 11 to 4, and that's because unfortunately I had a death in the family and I need to go to a celebration of life earlier in the day. It is what it is, but yeah, if you're in the area, head on over to Bar Louie from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. We'll be there hanging out. I don't think it's gonna be too big of a group, but it'll be a bunch of good people. T-Man will be there, Parts Former will be there, Junkie on Crafts and Builds will be there. I'm letting Bolt Matrix know. I think he's planning on coming up, and a few other friends and folks from TFW will be there. So if you are in the area, Bar Louie, White Marsh, Maryland, 4 to 8 p.m. Come on in, look for us. You can bring figures, but you don't have to feel obligated to bring anything, just yourself and a good time. I always like to bring a few figures for folks to check out and mess with. If you have anything
I'll have some Astrobots.
Yes. I'll actually be bringing the X Transbots Misfire, their ballistic figure. You say gross, but it's actually, for X Transbots, it's actually a good figure. I was very surprised.
I have a hot take for you that we'll have to have an entire discussion on. I don't think Masterpiece needs to exist anymore.
I mean, that's been
you know what sold me on it?
What's that?
That 86 series Optimus Prime.
Well, the Studio Series stuff has come a long way. Like the not only 86 Optimus, but 86 Ultra Magnus.
Oh yeah.
We
don't think we need him. We don't need Masterpiece anymore.
I think we do for the scale. Like if you wanted bigger ones.
Oh, scale! This entire thing was scale. You're talking about Transformers.
I'm talking about the size of Masterpiece. But I get that there's a lot of people that collect Legends, and now it's like we have the MicroMaster scale from Dr. Wu. I think it's just cool that there's something for everybody. No matter what size they want to collect, that can accommodate your space, because I think that's the biggest hindrance for me with Masterpiece is just the space commitment.
Right, but when you have Studio Series of that quality, that's all supposed to be in scale with each other anyway, why do we need a bigger Masterpiece scale?
I think it's just the presentation of them, like the shelf presence is the allure of Masterpiece.
Are you telling me that 86 Prime, with all the gimmicks and stuff they put on it, does not have shelf presence?
It does have
you
shelf presence.
You look me in the goddamn eyes, Jordan, and you tell me that.
It does have shelf presence, but I do think that when you have like a foot-tall Optimus on the shelf, I will say...
we call that a falling hazard.
It can be. But it's the same thing. It's like, I'm sure Legends collectors will say, well, why do you need them to be, why would you need the Chug scale? I mean, I don't think any of the Dr. Wu MicroMaster scale people are going to be, telling people that theirs is superior. But right. I just think it's cool that there's options for people. And for me, I like because I can have that scale. I can accommodate that scale. I like it. But I understand that, with Chug. And I have said before, like back when I did Figure Action, I said that if Combiner Wars never happened, because Combiner Wars was what pushed me to be a Masterpiece collector, because they had just really simplified and kiddified the line to the point where I was just like, I'm not really like enjoying what they're doing. And I mean, T's right too, is that, with Masterpiece, you're always for the most part, guaranteed that articulation. And that was like what drew me in. Was I liked the complexity and the articulation and the shelf presence.
All right. Well, to respond to T-Man a little bit here, right? But now it's not about the articulation. Look at this again. I'm going to reference Studio Series 86 Prime. The articulation is fine. It's great.
It's good.
It's fantastic.
It's very good. But he doesn't have an ab crunch.
Oh, he doesn't have an ab crunch. Oh, we're all spoiled now. I remember the days when we didn't have ankle pivots.
I do too. And we are getting those again with the Titans Returns retools and remasters.
Just saying.
So
okay, we could have I think we could do an entire episode.
We should do a debate. We should bring in a third person to mediate it. That'd be a lot of fun.
Oh, it's like the TF court.
The necessity for MPs. But let's catch up with chat, and then we're gonna get into the ranking. First up, we got this guy, Lance Park, stayed first in.
Yeah, that's right. That's me. That's me.
Then we got Mario Roca coming in saying, hello again, Extras here. Good to see you, Mario. Hope you're having a great Saturday night. We got Big M coming in saying, hey, everyone. Good to see you, Big M. We got Winston Leggett coming in saying, what's up, Zero, and everyone in the chat. Winston, I hope you come to White Marsh. Hope you can make it on Saturday. Be awesome to see you again, my friend. And Mario also saying, just here hanging around, chilling as much time until I go to bed. Well, said, hopefully you can hang out for a bit. We got T-Man coming in saying, number one reason you need Masterpiece over Chug is they look tremendously better and tend to have better articulation.
I don't know that I agree with that anymore. The tremendously better. And
T's also saying 86 Prime is the most basic articulation you can have in a Chug robot. And I feel like when we're hanging out Saturday, I feel like this conversation's gonna come up.
Oh, you bet your sweet ass it will. We'll get T-Man to live mediate. He's gonna find
live mediation.
Yeah, but he's gonna find me wrong because he's biased.
I'll probably end up being the mediator in that one.
Maybe.
All right. Now, StreamYards did give us a new feature here, so let me see if I can get this all set up. So thankfully now we can do this. Let's see. Let's change the radius, the alignment. Guess we'll change this over here. StreamYards like was lacking in features for a long time, and I'm sorry, not StreamYards, but Restream was lacking in features. Now they've finally given us the ability to do this. Of course, can I change the barriers at all?
For the things, I changed S to windmill slam.
I did see that, and we've got the pit instead of the void.
I mean, it's more fitting for Beast Force.
Yeah.
I almost put the lava, or I almost put like Pterosaur and Scorponok's home, but that'd be too long.
There we go.
Because they fell into the lava pit. In joke.
If you know, you know. Here we go.
Look, y'all better know, because I don't care what anyone says as far as the animation. Yes, the animation's dated for Beast Wars, but that show is 100% responsible for the research of any story Transformers. So y'all better just put some respect on that one.
Well, yeah, so much of the modern lore that we have, Sparks, Stasis Lock, like protoforms,
Sparks to an extent.
Well, yeah, that's what I said. Sparks is the first one, that came to mind. I mean, the whole idea of being one with the Matrix, what that actually meant. A lot of the lore that has been used in other continuities came out of Beast Wars, and it's a shame that there's a lot of people that try to discredit Beast Wars, but it is a huge and important part of Transformers history and really contributed a lot to the lore. And it's a shame there's a lot of people that just, they'll when you ask them like, well, hey, have you actually watched Beast Wars? They'll say no, or they'll have watched a minute of it. And
the animation, it was one of the first shows that had CGI.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the first being, I think, as far as being the main source animation being like Reboot.
Yeah, Reboot was one of the very first televised shows
And like Reboot, the first season of Beast Wars is a little rough because they were still doing that like episodic thing. There was the beginnings of the overall story. Once you get to like the last 4 episodes, it really starts kicking.
Yeah. They had to reuse a lot of assets. They also ordered a 26 episode season for the first season. So, and then 2 and 3 ended up being like, I think 13 episodes.
Yeah. 13 to 14, something like that.
But
Which I'm a fan of that just because you get a more concise story.
It's a less is more scenario.
Yeah.
And while there were a lot of characters in the toy line, we didn't get that many in the show because CG animation was so expensive at the time. You didn't know, they kept the cast small. And it was funny seeing all the toys on the shelf. You never really knew who was going to show up in the toy line, which was always interesting because, and in some characters' cases like Depth Charge and Tiger Hawk, they really just kind of showed up in the 11th hour. That was it.
Depth Charge got a full season. Tiger Hawk got like 3 episodes.
Well, yeah. Well, Transmetal 2 Black Arachne was another one who, again.
Last minute, yeah.
Transmetal 2 Dinobot.
Transmetal 2 Megatron.
Yeah. So you did get some of those characters where less was more.
Although if you add in Beast Machines, Transmetal 2 Megatron stuck around a lot longer than.
That's true. If you do count that.
But Beast Machines will be an entire thing.
Yeah. So while we have 96 and 97 on here, I'm going to kind of go in an order here of how these were released. Let's kick things off. We'll start off. And again, when I'm putting these in, I'm putting them in the pit, but that's not there
where it's
sitting. So first up, we got the ones that started it all. These were a 2-pack. I think we should rank these individually, and that is the original Optimus Primal as well as Megatron. So these guys were a 2-pack. I remember picking these up at KB toy stores back in.
Same.
And I were they KB exclusive? Because I think actually maybe I remember seeing them at Toys R Us, but
I don't know about Toys R Us, but we had a KB's in towns or Toy Liquidators. KB Toys, the same thing. Yeah, and I remember seeing them in the aisle right around with the Machine Wars stuff.
Yeah, well, I mean these came out. Yeah, these things came out I think before Machine Wars. I think Machine Wars came out like in '97. I thought, but I know that these did stick around for some time, and KB was a little bit more expensive than other places. But
that's true.
I remember vividly seeing these on the shelf and seeing the way that 2-pack was laid out. And it had the comic book inside, and it was just kind of funny because
that comic book.
Yeah. It was a weird comic too, because it didn't take place in prehistoric Earth.
Nope. No, it didn't. It had 0 to do with the cartoon.
Regardless, it was still a neat package, and it was definitely. I'm trying to find a picture of it online just to here we go. Let me open this up so the folks watching can see. You saw this thing on the shelf. It really stood out. You had, this bat, this gator, this little comic book. And I just remember being drawn to that and seeing Optimus Primal, Megatron. And I was like, which is which? Because, when I first saw this, I thought like gray Megatron. I remember picking up and I'm like, oh, wow, they made Optimus Prime a bat. What's this all about? And so I remember, God, I think these came out for me, like they might have been a test market in 1995. So I'm old. So I was 10.
Next probably Saturday, I'm going to be 40. Don't talk to me.
I'm already there. So
already there.
But
yes.
I remember the cool thing about these was opening them up in the car and realizing that they had this auto change gimmick.
So this is where I think you could in theory rate these two. Razor Beast, Pterosaur, Rat Trap, Iguanus, Armadillo, all the same because they're basically the same figure, give or take, as far as the gimmick. Because all of them literally pull up tail, body folds out, kind of thing. I think you could honestly rate them all the same because they're minus the beast form and the tooling and stuff. They're very, very similar.
I want to throw in a little bias. I agree with that.
Okay, are you going to throw in the
wanna,
bias because of the historical significance or because of the figure?
Well, two things. One,
okay.
The historical significance, because these two were the first, and they came out as a 2-pack. So with these two, there was a value. They're a 2-pack. You're buying it. You get your Optimus, you get your Megatron all together, and they came out first. Plus they had a comic. The others didn't have a comic, and that's the only way you could get these two. I want to say that both of these are an A because they kind of released in a bubble, and because of what they are, I think that elevates them a little bit. I mean, maybe a B.
I mean, I wasn't going to go C or D.
Yeah.
Because if you look at them, all of them have good articulation. Because one of the first times they majorly started using ball joints, hardcore using ball joints.
Yeah, that was something that blew me away too, because Transformers never had articulation like that.
Like the weapon, at least on these two, what changes between them, a lot of them is like weapon storage, and stuff like that. So like Primal had the Batwing swords, stored in there. Megatron's tail became a gun, flipped around. Yeah, it's cool.
It was like the shotgun fusion cannon kind of hybrid. Yeah. Like I remember being blown away by that weapon storage and the transforming tail. And I think with these guys, the two things are the presentation and the value that you get with them.
I mean, back in the day, it was also like $10 for it, which today they'd be like 25 to 30 easy.
Right.
Fuck inflation.
Yeah. And I mean, the individual basics were like $3.99, $4.99 in their day. And yeah, your point's correct. These were like $10 back in 95. And it felt like you were really getting your money's worth with them. They came as a package. They really set a good precedent for the toy line. And I think, I do agree, like the rest of the basics probably should be lumped together for the most part. Not the rest of the basics, obviously, because we're,
but the ones that share the auto transforming ones.
Yeah.
All the, like I said, I think we do them all together and we rank them by the differences. But all right, I will allow these. If you want to put them A for historical significance, I'll be fine. Because like I said, by themselves, they're not bad toys. The balance is fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's just up to Armadillo. It was the
because I think Insecticon is different.
I think he is too. He was one it's hard to remember. And I know Drillbit didn't have the auto transforming gimmick either. He had a different gimmick with a flip out drill, which was kind of cool. We'll get to him. So like the big difference is you have Razor Beast, Rat Trap, Pterosaur, Iguanus, and Armadillo.
I mean, should we also toss in Air Razor since she's kind of,
But she doesn't have the auto transforming gimmick. She didn't have the auto.
I thought she did.
No, she didn't.
No.
But she had the flip out razor wings and.
Oh, stuff. You're right.
No, it's literally like the first way. I don't think even the Snapper Turtle guy. I think he didn't. Snapper. Yeah, he didn't either.
Yeah.
Pinchjaw, I don't think did either. Yeah, that's about all of them.
Yeah, I think these guys are all solid Bs. In fact, I have Rat Trap. Yeah.
Rat Trap might be lower, and here's why. Because of the sheer mass on his backpack, he had a little more balance issues.
His weapon storage isn't the best either.
No, but it's better than Armadillo's, because his Armadillo's weapons basically became the rear legs that just plugged in.
Yeah. I would say Razor Beast also is kind of the same as well. Right.
Other than those, I think they're all the same. Like, you might just rate them a little lower. Just because of the balance issues.
Yeah, these are all solid Bs, I think.
Fun fact, I really liked Armadillo. I thought he was cool. So there's a little bit of nostalgia there for me. I can Pterosaur, his weapon stored. I forget if there was a slot in the back. I think
It is. It goes in like the tail. It's like you wouldn't think it would be there. In fact, they actually added a hinge to the gun so it could store away, which is
which is
pretty
kind
cool.
of cool.
Yeah. Now, Rat Trap does have kind of a cool gimmick where the gun comes apart.
Yes, that's why I do like that.
Yeah.
He also has the least posability of all the alt modes there.
Well, at least his feet move.
His feet were on ball joints,
Yeah.
but even Razor V's front legs were on ball joints, so he had a little bit more.
Yeah. Yeah, so, like they at least tried. They put in the E for effort, but you know.
Yeah.
But the other thing too with Rat Trap, as much as I still have Rat Trap and I like him, but that transformation gimmick on him isn't the smoothest.
No. And a lot of these too would suffer if that spring broke for whatever reason. You're kind of screwed.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I've never had one that broke.
I think let's do Insecticon. Now, I never owned Insecticon, but I did mess with him.
He's all right.
Yeah.
I remember him being okay.
Yeah, I kind of think he's kind of like C tier. Like he definitely was a shell former. And
I mean, there's a couple shell formers on here.
Well, for sure. I mean, I remember
Snapper.
Yeah, Iguanas was another one too. I don't know. I remember like he also has a very basic. I mean, he was a basic, but a very basic color scheme.
Like green and blue, basically.
Yeah, and I remember thinking like they should have colored him like an actual Insecticon.
Oh yeah, that'd been cool.
You know,
I would put him at C.
I'm gonna agree with that, just because he's such a vanilla character. You know?
Yeah.
And then Snapper is a little more unique.
He's right after the pincher bug, man. The turtle.
There he is. I had him. But
yeah.
Again, I like the fact that he kind of has like a more saturated Seacon color scheme going on. They did the stuff with the actual dry brushing. He's a simple transformation, but I thought he was pretty cool back in the day. I wager to say he's more of a B.
I also have a soft spot for turtles, so I also, like I said, I liked him. Like his gun became part of his shell, so it's good integration. So I am more inclined to put him in B. Because a lot of these guys share the same basic articulation, and despite the shell, I don't remember him having big balance issues.
No, he didn't. He actually had like feet on hinges, and he actually had pretty big feet. I think for him, the worst thing you can say about him is that like his hands are like molded into the top of the turtle claws, so it's like But I mean, again, this was a basic figure. We're talking like $3.99, $4.99, and
back in the day,
yeah. And you got all the articulate. Yeah.
Could you imagine getting a toy this level for $5.99 these days? Not happening.
Yeah, I think that's the thing I think that pains me the most about Cyberworld is the lack of elbows. I hate the fact that they're doing open articulation open packaging, because like those figures are so close to being like what Beast Wars Basics were, and they're just missing the mark just a hair with the lack of articulation.
I saw some of them today.
I have a mess of them, so when you come up, you'll be able to mess with them. I've got Grimlock and Prime, the Megatron. I like Cybershark a lot for whatever reason. Because if
you watch the YouTube short, whatever they're doing,
I like this character.
How they got the wheels.
Yeah, they do.
I love the explanation. I got an upgrade.
Yeah,
that's funny. So B for this dude.
Yeah, I think B for Snapper is pretty fair. I mean, he's got the fun factor. He's got the fun factor and the uniqueness, and the paint is there. You know, it's like he's better than average, right? I think C's the litmus for average.
You should be, yeah.
So let's keeping it in 96, right? I think we'll hop over to Dinobot. This one pains me.
Are you thinking D?
I'm thinking D on this because for a few reasons. One, he's got horrible proportions.
Agreed.
The alt mode, like the history of this is the people. So back when Hasbro didn't know what to do with Transformers, they handed it over to Kenner, and Kenner was hot off of the Jurassic Park toy line, and they kind of used, he wasn't a repurposed Jurassic Park toy, but they kind of took some of the same sculptors to craft this. And back in the mid 90s, Velociraptors were like the thing because of Jurassic Park. And his alt modes, and T-Rexes, yeah. But his alt mode just suffers from kibble. Like, he doesn't look good in either mode. He he's got
counter.
Good.
Yeah, I agree with your aesthetics. Counterpoint, I do like he had opening and closing hands. Technically,
yeah, because the way the feet form the hands, and but it's just like they didn't have an elegant solution for the kibble. The mutant head is like, what the hell is it? It looks like his head gets encased in amber. And
I mean that's going to be a problem with a lot of these with the mutant heads. Let's be honest.
Sure, but I mean, in his case, I think the mutant head just doesn't look elegant either way. I
agree. And mine always had an issue where, because of how the side panels slide up to where the beast feet became the arms, they got loose and just never seemed to stay in place.
Yeah. Just there's a mess with him.
So not D, or not Pitt.
Not Pitt, because he's like, there is a fun factor to it. It's fine in a sense, but he's definitely below average.
Fun factor.
Yeah, and then I think if you toss in the bias of like, hey, I watched the show and he's such an important character in the show, but he got like one of the weaker toys.
Well, we're gonna get to that too when we get to Rhinox too.
Yeah, we are.
Oh God, we are.
Let's I guess we'll keep on with in kind of the order in 96. So I guess we'll cut over to let's do a good one here. Let's do Tarantulas.
Leave him in the pit.
Really?
No, I'm kidding.
I was gonna say
he's not bad. He's not bad.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. He came with 4 extra missiles.
Yeah, and he had
2 kinds of missiles for his gun, and it had a little rope to it too.
Yeah, and I mean, this is one where the kibble is there, but you can get it out of the way. Like, I love the fact that they had ball jointed the spider legs. That made him a lot of fun, and the weapon integration. Like, he's got the missile launcher with the rope on it, but like it works as a spider web.
And you can take one of the legs off to replace the missile.
Yeah.
Also, I dare say this one may be the closest to animation accurate as far as toy to TV.
Yeah, save for the fact they didn't paint the mutant head very well, but I mean, at the time they didn't know what they were doing with them. And there are other
fun fact that mutant head is his normal head. The regular head is you flip up. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, just leave it. Like, that's what I'm saying. He's the most accurate, one of the most, if not the.
And I mean, when you get into like some of the later releases, like the anniversary one where they actually did paint the mutant head, you can see like, wow, they actually did, pretty good job translating the toy into the show model.
Yep.
So
I'd put him at least probably B to A for me.
I'd wager he's an A. I mean, that, like, again, that gimmick, the gimmick is something that elevates the beast mode and the robot mode. The articulation is there for both modes. The mutant head situation, I think is fine. Like, I like the robot head. I like the mutant head. I think that I'm going to say A, unless you got any. I mean, obviously at the end, before we lock all this stuff in, we can go back and move stuff around. But
nope, I will agree with A. Just like I said, he was good.
I think the only issue
with
with
shins.
This mold, I think, other than the shins, is that like they just did a 1-for-1 like for Black Arachnia. And again, another important character. Like, this mold doesn't work as her.
I mean, to be fair, there's a reason.
Well, yeah.
I don't know that they would have been able to do that form back
Yeah.
then. Let's be honest.
It was also a time where historically, like in boys' lines, they just viewed female figures as like what are we doing?
An oddity.
Like,
An oddity. Yeah.
yeah. Like they knew they had a stigma that they didn't sell, and so I can kind of forgive it a little bit. But
That's fair.
let's move on to another good one, Waspinator.
Waspinator was quite good. I remember they had that sparkly effect on his wings that I thought was really cool. And that's where you stored the missiles, was in his wings, and they were sparkly, so they blended in great.
I like him a lot. My only I guess my only gripe with the mold really is that the way the chest comes together, it didn't always secure in the best. And then the rear legs, on everyone that I've handled, like the ball joints in the legs tend to get really loose. So yeah, he kind of can balance on the stinger, but it's difficult. And then when you take his weapon out, it leaves that big gaping hole. But I still think he's a great figure. I think B at the very, no pun intended, but B at the lowest for me.
Look, I would do B just for the meme, for the joke.
I think that I'm going there.
But he was just good. Fun fact: when we get to 98, 99, his Transmetal figure, one of the best, even though it never happened.
It's the only legitimate vehicle mode that a Transmetal has as well.
We'll see. That's the next time. All right, what's next?
Right. So next up, we got Cheetor, and also for your Tigatron, one of the OGs. I have a soft spot for this one, but I do recognize the problems with him. Like, the weapons, there's too much parts forming. The articulation in the beast mode, the mutant head is phoned in because it just rotates down. And because they made the cheetah head so giant, it throws off his proportions.
It does.
So,
also the squirt gimmick, interesting, but not great.
I think he still looks good, but I'm going to agree with that C.
Yeah.
Like, his proportions are definitely better than Dinobots, and he looks the part.
I mean, it's not hard to be better than Dinobot on that. It's hard. It's not aesthetic.
It's not hard. It's funny. He's got like the inverse of Dinobot, where like the kibble ruins the alt mode. And Cheetor's alt mode is actually probably one of the cleaner Cheetor, as far as like straight.
As long as you got the guns.
As long as you've got the guns, and that's your challenge, is that parts forming. So I think he's just average.
I mean, to be fair, if Dinobot would be in the pit if he didn't have his tail, or its tail at least.
True.
Oh,
let's just leave.
So dirty.
Yeah. So, God, it took Rhinox so long to get a good toy.
Transmetal.
Well, I mean, like a show accurate toy, because Transmetal Rhinox is good. But this one could never even be saved by the repaints.
No.
Like, he should have always been a mega figure.
Yes, that's the biggest, fuck you to it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Because, again, this is one where they just had to make so many compromises. And I guess, too, I think being a show character is kind of, this toy getting adapted into, like, the show is kind of a detriment. Like, they were going for, like, this samurai motif with him, and it just doesn't really work.
Also, they fucked the chain guns of Doom so bad.
It's just a disc with chains on it. It's not even a gun. And then he's got his weird sword. And then
sword tail.
Like,
that you kind of need for transformation to lock it in.
If you want to get in on like modern Hasbro skipping on their paint budgets, like, lest we not forget. I mean, this was yeah. So, like, anytime you, like, look at Hasbro and you're like, oh, man, the paint job, they didn't paint this figure. This was, like, one of the most unappealing, like, the panels on him, just, like, where the eyes land. And this is probably the only angle, this 3/4 angle, where he actually looks like something. He is like a very weird and very flat figure in hand. It's really odd.
It's not good.
So we're leaving this one in the pit, I think.
Oh, it makes me sad.
It does, but at least he got redeemed. He got the Thrilling 30 figure, which I still think is the best chug scale. The Kingdom one's not as bad as people make it out to be. I think the Kingdom one just the sculpt is its biggest problem, and the transformation's not that great either.
Yeah. All right. Who's the next victim?
So next up's Wolfang, and fun fact about this guy is this is originally before they decided to make Tigatron. Originally, this was going to be Tigatron in the show.
Yeah, but budget.
Yeah.
I almost want to windmill slam him because I really like this figure.
I like him too, but I think if we're going to deduct points for Cheetor being, parts former, you gotta acknowledge like the way the shield works, the way the tail works.
I hate to break this to you. There's a lot of parts formers in this line. Our A tier figures are parts formers to an extent.
I get it
right now,
but I mean also too, you are dealing with the fact that like his
his entire back and his tail are basically
yeah. And there isn't much beast articulation. Like I'm willing to put this guy up in A, and I think
he has the tick chin. How can you hate him?
He also has a cool color scheme, and he's got a very unique look to him. I like the fact that the mutant head is just a visor.
Yep.
And it is a unique transformation. I'd be willing to say he's an A, but I can't put him in Windmill Slam. I can't do that for this one.
All right, I will definitely agree. A. I had a lot of fun with this guy.
Yeah, and there was a reason why he should have been the model they used for Tigatron. It would have been cool to have, a wolf and a cat and I could see like Blue Makuma doing the voice for this guy. But
budget.
Yeah. Yep, exactly. So let's see, who do we have up next? We get into let's see, our megas, and I know where you're gonna put this one. And that's being Polar Claw. Let me find him in here. Why can't I find Polar Claw?
He should be in there.
I know. I saw him. It's just...
I see him right now. He's right underneath Airhammer. Yeah, you got him right there.
I got him. So, Polar Claw, really unique one.
Slam.
Yeah.
I really like this guy for a couple reasons.
So... I like him too, and I think he's very solid. He had a really cool gimmick. He was like one of the few that actually really looked like an original. Like when I say original, like looked like a Transformer. Like when you see this guy in his robot mode, he looks like a Transformer. And these gimmicks were really, really, really cool. And
there's a gimmick with the bat that they don't tell you.
Yes.
The gun.
Yep.
I love it. Why else would they put the peg there?
I also love the fact that like his gimmicks are not on hair triggers, right?
Yeah.
So like he and Scorponok kind of were advertised together, and I think everybody wanted Scorponok because he was the show character. But
spoiler,
I remember
here's the worst figure.
He's not. I don't think he's. We'll get to him, but. This guy was just solid and fun.
This is where Kingdom pissed me off that they had Polar Claw in the advertising and they never fucking gave me a Polar Claw figure.
I think with the way that they did Tasmanian Kid, I think eventually we will get like Apache / Baboom, and I think we will get a Polar Claw, and I forget what his name was in Beast Wars II, but I think eventually they'll come. But
they're way down the line, and I want them.
Yeah.
I really like this guy. I want to windmill slam him. I do recognize some issues.
Yeah, I think he's an. I definitely think he's an A.
Oh, the gimmicks are so good.
The gimmicks are fine. They're fun. They add to the factor. I will recognize he's a little bit back heavy, but he's still stable.
Also because the weight's on his shoulders because of the forearms.
Yeah. And you can't
Which
really...
is cool, because like Soundwave, he had the shoulder launchers.
Yeah. Yeah, you do kind of get that Soundwave vibe from him.
Yeah.
But
he's really good. Well, I want to windmill slam him. I can recognize that he's probably closer to A.
Yeah.
A plus.
Yeah. I'd say there. I'd say there. You know, and plus it's a unique alt mode. You don't get bears too much. It's funny, as many like beasts as they did in G1. I can't really think of many or any bears.
Fucking bear haters.
Yeah.
Do we do Scorponok now? I see the other one.
Yeah, so Scorponok's up next, and I
want to leave him in the pit a little bit. Like
I think
there's issues.
I think he's a D. Where is he hiding? Yeah, there he.
Right?
No, that's not him.
Jesus Christ! He's next to Transmetal Optimus Primal.
There we go.
Right next. Yeah.
So yeah, the hair trigger gimmicks, the missiles that shot out. Like, this is a figure that was definitely...
His alt mode is better than his robot mode, because at least his alt mode lays down. He can hardly stand.
So the thing about him that like saves him is that he can use his claws to stand, but that's kind of it. He becomes like a statue. I don't think he's as bad as Rhinox. And I think that at least his alt mode is cool, and the gimmicks in his alt mode, like the stinging tail. I think the transformation on him is pretty cool. The way that the feet become the front of the scorpion. I think there are some things about him. I just think that like he needed more time in the oven. I think that he needed a bit more. Really, I think that his gimmicks are more of a hindrance than a help. Like, they should have done a different style for the missile launcher, because even in when he first came out, I just remember the missiles in the claw not shooting out, and the B gimmick didn't work right. And then again, like, if you can't get the B in there, the B just keeps shooting out, you're missing half this claw, where the B could have just shot out of his claw.
Yep, I remember. I like his Kingdom Deluxe figure better.
I think the best one is the Robot Toys one.
I mean, I'm talking official stuff, man. Come on now.
Official, okay. But
well, yes. I could see for the pit, but if you want to put him in D.
I think he's I think putting him in the pit is it de-emphasizes how bad Rhinox is, to be honest.
Well, there's at least one more figure on this list going in the pit, I can guarantee you.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I know which one.
Let's see. All right, what's next after Scorponok?
So that takes us into our ultras and
the Primal and Megs.
Yeah, I think these are both windmill slams.
Yes.
So
I'm not even going to argue with that. The gimmick's good. The only one I could argue with is Primal, because the blaster gimmick, if you're not with time and misuse, his fist will not close up.
Yeah, but if the thing I like about Primal is that they actually gave you storage for those missiles, so you didn't, if you didn't leave them in the whole time,
you could store everything.
Yeah.
Mace went in one arm, swords went in the back, shoulder, pop-up cannons in the back with missiles.
Yeah.
Blades in the back.
Yeah, like, the transformations on both are fun. I love the fact, too, that he has the chest beating gimmick, but they actually had the forethought to put a switch on the back to keep the articulation intact. The way the mutant heads are, they're present, but they kind of tuck away. And we're not counting reissues, we're talking originals, but in the subsequent reissues, they just took those out. But I kind of feel like the toy versions have their own charm to them, kind of like, looking back on some of the G1s. So yeah, I definitely think these are two that stood the test of time, and they have no issues standing in either mode. I mean, obviously one's Gorilla, but yeah,
and even Megatron, like, he had the hip missile gimmicks, the tail strike lunging gimmick, the squirting
And the
gimmick with and
spring-loaded jaw.
the movable jaw.
Yep.
Yep. And he had
Yeah.
the nice big feet.
I remember for me, the first time I got the Megatron mold was when they reissued him as T-Rex for the Beast Machines Dinobot line.
How dare
And
you.
I mean, eventually I got the 20th anniversary one, and now I've got the reissue one. But I remember when I got T-Rex, I was like, man, why did I sleep on this mold?
It's good.
It's
so
just good.
good.
Yeah. And it's just fun. It's a fun transformation. It's solid. So yeah, these guys are definitely Windmill Slam S tier. So that takes us down to 97, where we've got our first basics, Air Razor. So
it's solidly good. Like, there was a little issue with the weight, just the wings made her back a little bit.
Yeah.
But like, she's good.
It's a good gimmick.
Yeah, you also had the flapping, the quote unquote flapping gimmick, the flip out knives basically on the wings or the blades, the gun stored in her tail. Like, she was just good.
Yeah. She also, if I remember
Yeah.
correctly, she had ankle articulation. Like, they put her ankles on ball joints.
Yeah, because I think they turned around for
the bird feet.
Yeah.
So you could like digitigrade them.
Yeah. She was good.
I'm gonna say like at least B tier.
I would agree with B. Have a hard time justifying A personally, because like I said, she does have a little bit of, she's a little top heavy.
Well, yeah, because if we're gonna take down Rat Trap for having the backpack issue, like I don't recall her having issues standing, but I mean, like
if you extended the wings.
Yeah. Also the video mode, the VHS pack-in one, like that's the superior color scheme.
Yeah. See, if you did the wings out like that in that picture, not really balance issue, but if you do it how they originally had, where it was like straight back, is where you had issues.
Yeah.
And if you have them out to the side like that, you run into articulation issues technically, but you can still angle them too. But that's where you start having that backpack. But I think B is fine.
Now, Razor Claw was one that I never had. I remember
I loved it. So. I loved that thing. I loved it a lot. Opening the gimmick with the claw is cool. He had the, what is it? What's it called? Asymmetric design, because one claw is big, one claw. Right, he's a fiddler crab. Little bit of a backpack issue. Love the colors. Like, yes, it had a little bit of a backpack issue, but like just fun. And the gun in the small arm, which is fun.
Yeah. So
and like I said, and those the spikes in the claws, you can flip them out, so you could just have him grabbing stuff with the claw.
I did want the one that came with the video pack in. Because I have a soft spot for like
Jesus. Look at that hideous, monstrous, beautiful mug. I would put him at least C to B for me, but I recognize, again, a little bit of a backpack on that one.
Yeah. Let's put him in C for now, because
I really liked that one a lot.
And I'm going to argue for C, because I just think that like he does have like some neat integrated gimmicks, but you do kind of get less, and that backpack is kind of backpacking.
He is kind of backpacking. All right, what's the next one?
So next up, we're going to go into our deluxe. We're going to start off with one that's a guilty pleasure of mine. But
I want to judge you real hard if it's the one I think it is.
Yeah, it's Bone Crusher.
Oh, see, I like this one.
Okay, so Bone Crusher was the first deluxe that I really remember owning.
Talk about a headdress, Jesus Christ!
Yeah.
Oh my God! The alt mode is just a brick. It's just a brick.
Yeah, I don't think he's any better than a C, but I don't know what it was about this guy. Like the face sculpt is weird. He's got like this like Native American like kind of like Yeah, like he looks like I forget what they called like the Native American like spirits and gods and stuff he studied in like elementary school, but um
he had ball joint elbows with rotating up and down,
yeah,
extra articulation, like
it's
good
a
balance.
fun.
Despite that, his head is huge.
And I like the fact that he had like the sneak attack gimmick. Like, so when he was in beast mode, you could pull back on the tail and the head would pop up and shoot the missile. And I
Yeah.
always really liked that. Um, he's not like yeah,
He did have balance issues a little bit with that huge head.
yeah, because the head
And for
extends
whatever,
all the way back.
yeah, and for whatever reason, his hands weren't fists with holes in them, so he can't hold shit, which is
Yeah.
weird to me.
At the time, they didn't standardize ports and weapons. I mean, I guess you could make the argument that he's his whole head is a cannon.
This is true. He is the most disrespectful because he spits at you explosively.
Exactly.
I'm gonna go.
Yep, we are doing a ranking video. We're back to doing these, so welcome on in. But what's your verdict on him?
Guilty pleasure C, although I could
Yeah.
definitely see people's argument for the D if they wanted to make it. But I think C for me.
I think that like the thing about Dinobot and Scorponok, right, is that they are so hindered. Like Dinobot has those tiny thighs. He has legitimate issues standing. I think most people that had Dinobot also used his his open tail to help balance him.
Yep.
And even though Bone Crusher had the big, the protruding back of the head, he still had big enough feet and he was still solid and he still looked good. He has shelf presence. Whereas like Dinobot looks awful and Scorponok kind of like has to stand like Walt Jr. in Breaking Bad. So
fuck, that's fucked up.
I know it's messed up, but I'm just saying that's the truth. He's coming in like
Damn.
Megatron. When's breakfast? So
C
it is.
C it is.
All right.
What's next?
So next up, we've got let's see, Man Terror, which is one that I never had.
When did Power Pinch and Clawjaw come out?
We'll get to them. They were
later.
Yeah, we have actually. We'll do Power Pinch next because I missed him. They were 97.
Okay.
So
Man Terror. Whew. I mean, bring up a big picture of this boy. I don't know if people can understand how fucking weird he is.
He and like they did two Mantis figures. I owned one. I owned Scourge, and I always thought Scourge was like the Transmetal 2 version of this guy, in a way.
Basically, because he had disc firing gimmick out of his arm.
Yeah,
which was a little awkward. He has gorilla proportions. You can't argue his arms are bigger than him.
The head sculpt's cool though. It's like kind of in keeping with Inferno.
It's a fun figure. You had to be careful because the weight would eventually loosen on those elbows.
Yeah,
because of but it was fun. If we're gonna talk like guilty pleasure Transformers.
Yeah, like this was a guy that I like considered, but like at the time, again, as a kid, I had limited funds. I was trying to primarily focus on show characters, but I remember seeing this guy a bit, and he looked interesting, but I just never committed to getting him.
And his bug head is his crotch.
Yeah, that is kind of weird too.
Yup. And the antennae stick out.
I do kind of like the way that they do the legs to be the kind of like the breastplate and all.
And antenna dicks.
Yes.
I can't not see it. Oh God. Oh, the internet's ruined me.
So, what is interesting too is that like apparently canonically Buzzclaw, the Fusor Buzzclaw is like the upgraded version of this guy.
That's funny.
So,
C, D.
Yeah, I think it's fair to give him C just because.
Yeah, he's cool, but like I said, he does have balance issues with those arms.
Yeah, I mean for deluxe, you're also getting what you're getting. So let's do power pinch. I can't believe I forgot power pinch, but we'll get power pinch in here.
And what about Clawjaw and Jobit?
We'll do those next. We'll catch up on our basics. Um, again,
Yeah.
interesting one, an earwig. So
Yeah, the tail, a little bit of parts for me because again, the tail.
yeah, I can forgive that. I mean, you still have a bug if you lose the tail. You just lose out that it's an earwig.
Yes, I almost put him like C. Like he's just a good, fun little figure.
Yeah, I mean, again, has that geared weapon. He's kind of basic. You know, and it's also kind of funny too that for Japan, for Beast Wars II, they really didn't do much. They actually I think he has like maybe less paint in Japan, but they really didn't do much to change him for Beast Wars II.
You should look in the chat real quick. It's T-Man's comments. I'm trying not to bust out laughing.
It's
a mandible vagina. That's a good one.
Would a mandible vagina just be a mangina?
God damn it. Put him in C.
Let's put him in C. We'll put him in C.
God damn, that's funny.
We also forgot Spidor as well. Let's
wow, you're bad at this.
I am now hot take, don't know if you're gonna agree. I think Spidor is a B.
Another guilty pleasure one. I liked him, but I understand because man, I think his Transmetal one's better.
The Transmetal 2 one is like that is an A tier in my opinion. But I like the tongue that he had.
The tongue is his head. He shoots his head out of his mouth.
That's pretty cool. And he's a tree frog, and his
proportions are weird. He has the most articulation in his arms.
Yeah. Like the proportions are weird, but it works, and he still didn't have any issues standing. I will say that the video repaint version of him is nowhere near as good as the original.
A rare instance.
Yeah. But I don't know. I think he's just a solid figure and a unique gimmick and a unique.
But did you want to put him in D?
No, I said B.
B. All right. I thought you said D.
No. I said B. I think he's.
I would agree with B. I like him.
Yeah.
Again, weird proportions.
Weird proportions, but he's a character that looks like he should have been in the show as well.
I mean, he was in RID.
He was in RID, but I mean, like as far as like,
I could see him in B.
Non-transmetal. Oh, and I wished he had gotten reissued as well.
Clawjaw.
All right, so let's find Clawjaw in here.
He's the first one.
Oh, there he is. So Clawjaw is another interesting one. Again,
hot take. I want to windmill slam this guy. I really like this guy. I loved this figure as a kid.
Again, really unique one. Unique transformation.
Chest gimmick.
Yeah. The Japanese version is pretty goated, to be honest.
I really like no balance issues besides the big shoulder pads. The gimmick works in both modes. Very striking and unique either way.
Yeah. And
though you can't really display him in beast mode very well.
Not very well, no. Also kind of hoping that the one prime gets redone into this guy.
Queen Society, I hope so too.
Yeah.
But I like this guy a lot to the point where I would put him in S personally, just for the uniqueness.
And I will say again, you want to talk goated, that the repaint that he got for the VHS.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, that really shows you like. I'd be willing to, and I had this one too. Like I was like, oh man, because like when I first saw him, I was like, yeah, he's a pink squid, he's cool. But then when I saw like, I remember in Toys R Us seeing this, I was like, oh man, I need that. And I had a lot of fun with this guy.
Where do you want to put him?
I'm gonna say let's.
He's a very unique shelf presence.
I'll put him in. I'll windmill slam. I can't.
It's
like
right.
I feel like there's reasons to say like, okay, hey, he's an A, but he is a very unique figure and fun. It's like if you're gonna say what is the best basic in Beast Wars.
Well, it might not. Clawjaw's in the top 3 for me for that. Because at the end of the basics, we're getting to the one that might be top tier for me. We'll get into. It's one of those ones that's like tailing into 98, but still technically came out in like December 97. Well,
we forgot one.
You forgot Snarl and you forgot Drillbit.
Yeah. So
the original Snarl figure is interesting. I like it, but I think the Legacy one does it better.
Well, the Legacy one technically is Tasmanian Kid as well.
Shut up. We all know it's supposed to be named Snarl, all right? Because, like, the weapon, again, it's just his tail. So,
yeah.
Parts for me. The fact his beast head is his feet gives it a very unique profile on that regard. And that, again, the bottom jaw like Rhinox does.
Yeah. I've never liked the way he holds his weapon either.
No, that's fucking stupid. That's it's really bad. But like because of how the feet are, he had opening and closing jaw on the beast mode, which is kind of cool. I don't think A. I'd probably do B or C.
I'd say he's more of a C.
I could agree with that. Just because, again, the hands are a little...
He's kind of average. I mean, it is cool to have a missile with a, but his missile didn't even fire. And I think that's another like,
Fair. It's like he got cut, the spring got cut from the budget.
Yeah. So
C?
Yeah, C it is. I think C's fair. So, yeah, we also need Drillbit. So... Drillbit was one I messed with but never owned.
I liked him. Another one where the alt mode was a brick, basically, but he had an interesting gimmick because the drill flipped out in vehicle mode or in beast mode.
Beast mode, yeah.
So, didn't have the auto transfer yet. Looks like he should, but he doesn't.
Yeah.
Tiny feet, so balance could be an issue sometimes because he's
got a lot of insect kibble on him too, which
he does.
It doesn't store away as elegantly as some of the others.
That drill has a wheel on it, so it spins if you move him along the ground, which is kind of cool too. But like cool gimmick, probably a C.
Yeah, I'd say C. I remember like when I messed with him, I was just like whelmed by him.
Yeah, but you didn't hate him like Dinobot.
Didn't hate him, no. But I mean, I guess as far as like, if you want to say like middle of the road basic Transformer, C.
All right, now
funny, his Japanese name was hilarious, Drill Nuts.
That's better. That's funny.
So
do the last basic on there. Nope. Oh, second to last.
Second to last. Okay. Well,
because we're doing the windmill slam that bitch.
Yeah, Quick Strike's a fantastic one. I don't care what anybody says. He has no issues standing. The transformation's unique and fun. He got to be a show character. I think my only gripe with Quick Strike is they didn't paint his eyes. I remember that was like the first time I ever modified a Transformer. I took a red Sharpie onto those eyes.
He has the most articulation in any Transformer figure history. It feels
squirting gimmick, opening, closing claws, the
mouth on the snake tail. Oh,
yeah,
like he's just good. I love the super articulated thing, and I love that the Legacy or the Age of the Pound Tone they're getting, they didn't fucking skimp out on that. They're gonna have segments, so it's gonna have multiple articulation.
So
And
for
fun
anybody,
fact, when you could get this guy for $5, you just get two, and combine you pop off the ball joints on the snake on one of them and just make it, and you make an even longer snake tail head. I did that.
and for everybody wondering, like, wait, why are the fusers on here? Well, they did have the first wave come out in '97, so
It was like November, December
yeah.
'97
So
that came
Quick
out.
Strike and Windhammer did come out. So I guess let's talk about Windhammer. I don't hate him as
I
much
don't.
as
Some
yeah.
hate him.
I mean,
Lame execution of two animal types. I will say that.
It's certainly unique. I like that he had an opening closing jaw, but he did have a lot of waffling compared to other figures at that time. And
Yeah.
on top of that, especially like the waffling and the tail's kind of ugly. He just is a figure that really needed paint. I really wish they had gone with like a darker plastic, like to make him like a more,
like a red tail hawk, like Ares kind of hawk.
Yeah, and then just have painted on the white, because everything gets so washed out in this white. I think it does a disservice. This was a guy I got on clearance back in the day, and I got him and Bantor on clearance, and I hated Bantor's.
I think Bantor's the better figure, though.
Really?
For the wings being not articulated gets in the way of posing articulation, and the wings are so big, it gets in the way of the legs.
I mean, it does.
You see what I'm saying?
It does.
At least Bantor. I'm not saying he's good. I think he's better than this guy.
I think Airhammer has a better transformation, though. Bantor's transformation is kind of crap. Like the way that the chest kind of is engineered, and his spring-loaded gimmick really sucks. Like,
I'm not going to argue with that
but
I like the Bantor figure better than this one.
Yeah. You think he's a C or a D, though?
I'd almost put
because
Airhammer in D, just because the size of the wings and the fact you can't mess with them makes it so hard to like.
I think putting him in C is a disservice to like the ones that are like, hey, these are average, because I think there's a lot of things with him and Bantor that make, and Bantor's not here, that make him below average.
It's because Bantor came out in like January '98.
Yeah.
And then now we're on to the deluxes. Back to the deluxes.
So well, let's before we get into the trans metals, let's get some of this stuff.
Cybershark
is
that fuck.
I love this figure, right? But
it's a great figure.
It's a great figure, and I love it, but I can't windmill slam it because he's so back heavy. I love the
feels
sculpt.
So good. The sculpt's good. The gimmicks are good.
The gimmicks. I absolutely love this figure. But
there's a retool of it that I think is a little weird, where it's more mechanical.
Well, yeah, that was for Beast Wars the second. That was, I think, Hellscream.
Yeah.
And
it's really good. This guy's real good.
He is really good. It's just my challenge with him. My challenge with wanting to give him an S tier, a windmill slam, is just the back heavy nature, and just how much of him parse forms. I mean, more than others. Like, the whole head comes off, the whole tail comes off. He's definitely a great figure.
So A then.
Yeah, if he had better weapon integration, like if you could make this tail like become a claw that wasn't like held awkwardly, and like the way that he holds the hammerhead part too is kind of awkward. Like, again, I know like articulation like was improved from G1, but like some sort of like wrist swivel would have benefited him greatly, or something to make the hammerhead like become something else. Like, you can keep the hammerhead on the chest the whole time, but then he becomes even more front heavy.
Yeah, which helps balance the backpack.
But
it messes with the leg articulation, I think, a little bit, if I recall.
Yeah, it's hard. I love him. I would love to give him an S, but And I think he's way better than the Transmetal 2 version.
Yeah, that one had issues.
Yeah.
We'll get into that one later at a different point.
Yeah.
All right, get to this last
So, well, we got
no.
Okay, so we'll leave Retracts here.
Yes, you leave him in the pit. He's such trash. He is so bad.
Yeah.
Can't stand up in robot mode, really.
He can't pose. Like this guy was like a step backwards for what Beast Wars was bringing to the table.
He can hug.
He can hug. Yeah, his name in Japan, Power Hug.
Look, man. When G1 figures have more going for them, that's poof.
I think the only reason people like him is because there were people that were doing customs back in the late 90s, early 2000s that bought him up on clearance and turned him into Unicron. They turned him into Beast Unicron.
Sure, I'm surprised Hasbro didn't do that recolor at some point.
I'm shocked too.
But yeah, just leave that guy in the pit.
Yeah, like I'm sure he has his fans. It's a unique alt mode, and
his fans are wrong.
They're very wrong. Like a pill bug is an interesting alt mode, and the fact that he like curls up in the ball, but it's a case of like the gimmick ruining the toy.
Yeah, that robot mode is terrible.
Yeah,
like so bad. This guy wasn't bad though.
Yeah, Jetstorm's all right. I mean, Jetstorm and Transketo kind of share a similar aesthetic. Like I
mean, all the bugs do to a point with as far as the robot heads and stuff. Look at Manterror too.
Yeah, but I mean, like with that, like kind of like Xenomorph elongated head, and you know the way that they had like the 4 teeth on there, and he did have he had better gimmicks than Transketo.
I agree.
You know, like
I think he had like wing flapping,
wing flapping,
and the water jet thing too.
Yeah.
Well, I think I put him C.
Yeah, I'd say for deluxe, he's middle of the road. Again, one I never owned, but I did mess with, and I was like, okay, hey, this is pretty cool.
He's fun.
Beast Wars 2, his Beast Wars 2 deco though, pretty awesome. Tonbot.
Holy shit! It's Inferno's.
Yeah, he looks
Inferno's
like
brother.
Yeah, he looks like if Inferno had a flying brother. I like the metallic on him. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. All right.
So
I think we're getting into the Transmetals because they came out.
You want
to finish the beasts?
We got to do Transketo first.
I messed with him a little bit. My brother owned him because I could never find him.
Well, you could never find Transketo because I saw Transketo up until like 2005.
That's crazy.
Yeah, he was like the shelf warmer. Like the shelf warmer. Now, the thing, you're not going to find Transketo today because gold plastic syndrome.
Yeah, he disintegrates.
So, I know there's a lot of people that dislike him, but I do think that the skull.
He's the Predator.
Yeah.
He has the Predator head, and he spits at you too.
Yeah. And he is a triple changer as well.
Right, because he turns into whatever bug that is.
A pincher bug, like a weird pincher bug. I think he's a C, to be honest. He's not as bad as people said. A couple issues with him is that the antenna in here are fragile. You can stress that plastic really easy. He's made out of gold plastic. I know that there's a lot of people that like hate clear plastic. I don't have the issues with clear plastic that a lot of people do. Like I
haven't had that. I don't remember having that issue.
Yeah, like as much as people like freak out about clear plastic.
Yeah, like that guy, and I love the spit and mouth gimmick is always hilarious because he looks like a predator. Why do all the insect dudes look like they're fucking alien xenomorph predator? That shit is great. It's a great thematic. You could have made a sub faction called Insecticons. The third faction besides Maximals or Predacons, you had Insecticons. Yeah, I'd put him in C.
Yeah, he has neat hands, but I guess like with this open hand design to it, it really sticks out. I think he's. I don't think he's below average. So I think he's average. let's get like one of the OGs. We'll finish out the mega ones. Yeah, Inferno.
Well, you also forgot Baboom, but we'll do.
Well,
Inferno
we're gonna get the
first.
Baboom because I think Baboom's a good one. But
All right, so
uh,
Inferno. This is a similar thing to Dynamite. If you expected him to look like the show, you're
yeah,
gonna be wrong. At least in some respects, because he didn't have the giant flamethrower of Doom. Yeah, look at that
yeah.
weapon. That
Well,
weapon's bad, but he's not terrible. The head is pretty accurate.
yeah.
It's just the lack of a gun. I don't know if you want to base it. If you're gonna rank it towards
He technically
toy
has a
action,
gun but it's not the
the
same gun he
mandibles.
has on the show.
Yeah, they couldn't put that in.
Yeah, I think I want to put him in B, but I lean towards C for a couple reasons. One, yes, because the show, like, you like the design, but it does make him very back heavy, and he doesn't have a good time standing, and because of that, you're going to be balancing him on that opened abdomen. The abdomen spinning gimmick's interesting, but if it weren't for the show, like, would you actually like it? You know what I mean? Like, if he was not a show character, people would be looking at this figure going like, "Oh, his ass spins."
Yep. The rear ant legs are the missiles, so if you lose one of those, you're kind of fucked.
Not only that, but like, just the ant mode just kind of suffers the way that they engineered it. Like the way that I mean, again, this is 1996, so again, you have to give them a little bit of leeway for, hey, let's make a giant fire ant, but it doesn't really look like a cohesive ant as much as it looks like a four-legged bug on stilts.
Yes, I would lean towards C.
Yeah, like, he's fun. You get him in hand, he's fun, but yeah, he is definitely, I think, middle of the road. I think it's just like you get those nostalgia goggles off, and it's like, okay, well, So I know where you're going to want to put him.
I know. My heart of hearts wants me to put him there, but I don't think he deserves to go there.
Yeah, I think he's definitely an A figure.
Like, I love his gimmick. Look at him. He's just like all the guns. Yeah. I have all the guns.
Yeah, he turns into this weird gun platform with its own head. Articulated jaw.
Missiles, so many missiles.
Yeah, I definitely think
fucking missiles.
Baboom is an A.
He does have the feet, and he's very top heavy. So
yeah,
balance wise, I think A.
Yeah, and definitely
I can see. Oh, I love him.
I love that they also engineered too, like when the missile fires, his facial expression changes. Like, you don't get gimmicks like that anymore, even in like Korean lines.
Yeah, so. And he's another figure, and there's a lot of figures in this line that spit at you.
Yeah, and he's also a figure that didn't the gimmicks didn't necessarily hinder the articulation. I love the fact that, like, his arms are so articulated that he's got the bicep rotation. He's got the yes, you get under 90 degrees, but he's also got hand articulation, and he can hold the gun. And yeah, I think the biggest hindrance on this guy is if he had better feet,
just better lower body mode.
Yeah,
like a buff lower body.
Yeah,
just buff him out.
Like, they ran out of budget for the legs.
He skipped leg day. I'm sorry. Third party, fix this. Third party, give me this guy.
So let's move him up to A tier. Now we get to the Well, let's do our combining teams first. Let's do Tripredicus first.
Okay, how do we? Because if we rank these individually, most of them suck.
They're
even some of the combined ones, they kind of suck.
I definitely say let's rank them as a whole, because they are a sum of their parts.
Tripredicus is slightly better than Magnaboss, because Magnaboss can't balance worth shit.
Yeah. I'll also say that, like, in the case of Tripredicus, he has two of the components are actually, in my opinion, pretty good.
The lobster.
Yeah, so Ram Horn is the weakest link. Cicada Con is actually pretty good, and
He's okay. Massive body, tiny leg syndrome on
yeah.
him though.
C Clamp though,
He's very good.
yeah,
I like him.
I love C Clamp quite a bit.
C Clamp is quite good.
So
but like in fucking combined mode, the weak point is the arms.
yeah,
so hard.
And that so much of that comes down to just Ramhorn being underbaked, I think.
I mean, even
like
Cicada is the other. Oh no, because Ramhorn makes both the arms. That's right.
Yeah, Ramhorn makes both the arms, and he's just a deluxe. And like,
look at that robot face. Look at that goofy son of a bitch.
Like, he's got an articulated jaw. Hey, that's neat, but he's just proportioned. Like, the only thing good about him is his beetle mode.
Yep. I agree.
And, when you get into Cicada Con, like, okay, like, you got a Cicada that's a unique alt mode. You got a decent robot mode. And I think Cicada Con, as much as I like C-Clamp, I actually really do like Cicada Con's overall color scheme. Like, I think it works. He reminded me of Venom a lot. I like
Venom.
how the vein, like Venom, the Deluxe Insecticon.
Okay.
I like the color scheme. I like the fact that the veins of the swords, or the veins and the wings become swords, and he's got like the little flip out gun in the Cicada mode. So you got two good ones, and then you get into, I mean, Tripredicus looks good.
Yeah, if you don't want to move those arms.
But yeah, exactly. Like,
it's like bad arms, good everything else. Magnaboss, bad legs.
Yeah. Like, C-Clamp becomes sturdy legs, and then you're taking you're taking Ramhorn and just hoping and praying that those pass his arms.
Yeah. Yeah. He is the better of the two, though.
Face sculpt, really cool.
Yes, very Joker-esque.
Yeah. Actually, it kind of like looks like something like McFarlane would have done at the time.
Yeah, you're right.
So
you want to put this guy in C or D?
I think C for a couple reasons. Like, you're getting
2 out of 3. Good.
Yeah, like, I would say Cicada Con himself is a B. I would say C-Clamp is arguably an A. Even though they're kind of vanilla, like, they don't really have any gimmicks, but they're good. And
C-Clamp
then Ram
also makes extra good feet because he had the claws in his feet that you could flip out for extra balance.
And the cool thing about C-Clamp is he didn't have any balance issues. He was just a good figure. Like, when I had the set, like, I would mess with C-Clamp more than any of them, and I was like, wow, I really like it just for him. And I was kind of like hoping, like, hey, you could probably make a good Scorponok out of this, but nobody would have done that.
I'll agree with C.
So yeah, if we were ranking the individual bots, that would be a different story. But as a sum of the parts, C.
Magnaboss, D.
Yeah, like,
he's got like one. I don't even know that there's one good figure there. Silverbolt has balance issues because the wings are so big.
Yeah,
so big.
I guess Prowl is like, what's up with his proportions? It's just like he's a tiny lion.
And Ironhide's a fucking mess.
Yeah. Ironhide is worse than Ramhorn. Like, with Prowl, it's like, what are his legs even? Yeah.
If not Pit.
Yeah, like Silverbolt
he's passable, but the problem again is balance.
Yeah.
Look at those wings. Look at the size of them.
And then the eagle head on top of the head. It's like I put a hat on a hat.
Yeah, he's bald.
Bald eagle.
Oh yeah. Well, that's it's just the balance was just so bad for him because the wings just.
Let's just remind folks what Ironhide was.
Jesus.
What is even that?
That's just so nothing.
Yeah.
Just nothing. Pit or D?
I'm kind of even leaning towards the Pit.
I'm leaning towards the Pit because here's the thing: even combine, you think these things are all bad, combine them, maybe they're better. Couldn't balance him. He's so top heavy.
Yeah.
Ironhide could not support him. Not well. And his feet weren't flat.
Yeah.
They were rounded because of the round rhino legs. If you look.
Yeah, and he's got the little
round
design flaws, and I mean he looks cohesive, but
the weapon is cool.
The weapon's cool. The way that the robot head works. But I just feel like this was like a figure that was like a high concept, but they just didn't have the budget to execute it. And as a result, just like the only thing it does well is this. Like this. And when I say this, I mean it's taking a picture of this. You can't pose it. You can't do anything with it. It's got like the elephant kibble coming off the thighs. Like, yeah, let's put him in the pit. And Boss Hog is right. Let's put him in the pit.
Yep.
All right. Now we get into the fun ones. Let's kick things off.
You're getting into the later half of 97 where they start releasing the fusors and transmetals.
Yes. So
which one do you want to start with?
Let's start with Rhinox. I think Rhinox is an underrated figure.
I like him a lot. He was one of my favorites.
Yeah. Like, it was a shame that he, for whatever reason, never became a transmetal in the show. I mean, I guess because he was under that shield. Well, the budget, and then the whole half-assed reason, like, oh, he's under the shield for when he was trying to retrieve Primal Spark.
Oh, no, he was in the CR chamber. That's during the transmetal wave. Anybody who was in the CR chamber didn't become a transmetal.
Dinobot was in the CR chamber.
Rhinox was too.
No, Rhinox was under that thing looking for Primal Spark. Remember? And he put Primal Spark in the first
That was later. That was later. That was after the initial quantum wave.
That Rhinox was looking for the spark because like Primal comes.
That happened episode 4. That happened episode 3 or 4. First episode when all the transmetals was happening, Rhinox and Dinobot were in the CR chamber. Don't fight me on this. I'm right. I'll put money on it.
I think I'm misremembering it.
I know.
But
no. It's a good figure.
Yeah. Like the face on him, I think is like the one thing that like
it's a little like Ben Grimm thingy thing versus Rhinox. But like this proportions are good.
Yeah,
this is what he should have been for.
Yeah.
And he balanced well, despite he did have a little bit of a backpack.
Yeah.
The tank tread mode is probably weak because there's no like weapon or thing. Like there's no way this is faster than a
You're just
Rhino.
Supposed to assume that he's all terrain at that point.
Yeah.
Right.
And the horn being a gun is weird. But like solid figure, I'd put him at least probably C.
Yeah,
because he just looks good.
I'd be comfortable with C. Like I feel like he does.
If he had a better weapon, like if he actually had like a tank cannon to go with the all-terrain mode.
Yeah, like if that tank
solid B.
Yeah, if the horn turned into like a Gatling gun or a cannon or something.
Yeah,
but still way better than what he first got.
Yeah.
So Cheetor.
I kind of want to windmill slam him. He's real good.
He's very good. I think I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh, well, he's got limitations because of the, the vehicle mode leaves a huge gap in his chest. And,
that's fine.
The weapon isn't the best.
No, it's too bad they couldn't replicate the like blaster thing he had in the show, which, to be fair, I think was a little weak. A little.
Yeah.
He can like put his hands together to do the blast thing, but
you you're breaking the sculpt because he didn't have actual
the articulation to do it unless
right.
you
He didn't
folded the panels in.
Yeah, so you would break the sculpt, but you could do it, which I think is probably what they did with the show.
Again, I think the show, his version weapons for the show was kind of weak with the hand cannon thing, but it's whatever.
I think
He
he's
is very
definitely
show accurate.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is show accurate. He does have gold plastic or gold chrome, I guess.
He does.
So like,
and the face,
like
the face is the only thing that's really not show accurate because he has that the weird teeth. But
he does.
He was still the first trans metal that I picked up, and after I got him, I was hooked on him.
Also love the fact they have their name imprinted on them. Usually,
yeah, it was a very G2 sort of thing.
Yeah, I'll agree with A.
All right, we'll put him in A because. All right, now another underrated one, Tarantulas. This guy shelf warmed, but and in fact, I still have an original Transmetal Tarantulas, believe it or not. I got one.
Hasn't fallen apart?
No, surprisingly. I have an original Transmetal Tarantulas and Rat Trap as well. I wish I had a Cheetor, but I haven't come across a good enough one.
Yeah. Pizza Cutter of Doom.
Motorcycle.
I mean, we're gonna call it a motorcycle.
Yeah, it does at least have a cohesive rear wheel, which is neat.
Yes, I will say that. Ball joints on the legs, which is cool.
Yeah.
Hands were a little cool. Colors. Hands are a little weak
because he's constantly doing this.
He's like, come on, stereotype.
Yeah, basically.
With a pizza cutter.
He's not surprisingly, he's not that back heavy because of just how he's made, which is surprising. You know, the way the legs hang off, but he is kibble-tastic. Like,
yes.
So
B.
I'd give him B. I feel bad putting him in B. I'd say he's like a B minus. Like I feel like he belongs in C more than B, but I think he's better than people think. But I think he's better than Rhinox. I don't know. I kind of want to put him in B.
His quote unquote vehicle mode is better than Rhinox's.
Yeah, I'm gonna put him in B.
Okay.
Now these guys.
I kind of want to windmill slam him. I won't lie.
I think Primal deserves the windmill slam. I have a case against Megatron though.
All right, we'll start with Primal.
So Primal, lots of awesome gimmicks.
Yep. Surfboard.
Yeah, like there are people that don't like the gorilla mode, and to them I say they're wrong.
I mean, there's people that probably don't like the robot mode because the face doesn't have a faceplate, which I get.
I like the robot mode face for a few reasons. I like the whole idea that so for anybody that's not familiar with Beast Wars or was told not to watch Beast Wars by people that are wrong. When the quantum surge happens, they're basically flipped inside out. So their beast modes become robotic and their robot modes become organic. And I actually
little bit.
Yeah. But I like the whole idea that if you look at him, he looks very Optimus Prime. He looks like an organic Optimus Prime. And like the face is shaped like the faceplate. It just happens to have a mouth and a nose.
He's got small legs, but man, he got them guns.
Yeah. I like the fact that you could do the turret mode that he has in the show. The transformation was fun. This guy was so much fun to flip back and forth. The surfboard mode is really neat. It's silly. It's a surfboard gorilla. And I know there's a lot of people that go, oh, well, the gorilla mode doesn't really have legs. No, it does have legs. He's actually just hunched over, and the blue parts are his feet.
Yeah, which are on a hinge, basically.
Yeah. I think the biggest complaint I have with him is that he just doesn't have wrist articulation.
Right.
But again, for that time, that wasn't standard.
Yeah. I think when Transarch did theirs, it has wrist
articulation. It does. Mm-hmm. And it also has articulated fingers and ankle pivot. The only Transart figure that doesn't have ankle pivot is their Transmetal 2 Dinobot, which they just tell you to fudge because, he uses toes.
They're wrong.
They should have given him one above the ankle, but yeah. And they should have.
So Windmill Slam then.
Yeah, I love this figure. And it was also one where the chrome was actually really sturdy. Now,
that good blue.
Megatron, I love his Transmetal figure. It's a lot of fun. But where I hesitate to give him the Windmill Slam, it's not because look, we're looking at these things as a product of their time. And back when he came out, he didn't have gold plastic syndrome. Right. The main issues I have with him is the construction. So gold plastic syndrome is a thing, but mine actually broke in the early 2000s because the weak hinges in the chest. That's a core common issue.
Mine did that too.
And then also the way that the tail disconnects and connects into the beast mode is another construction issue where just by merit of using the figure, the way that it clips on. So, he's got like the little holster thing. Yeah. So that just by using the figure, he wears out really, really easily. I still think he's a B. I'm sorry. I still think he's an A.
Yeah.
But it's just, and also the Japanese one, the metals one, apparently has better tolerances, and they use like more of a maroon plastic, but I have heard people say that it still does crumble because of the swirls. I don't know. You can get the Transarts one. They're still making them, which, is an MP scaled version, but I really wish he would get an update. I wish they would just tackle the Transmetals because this design is just so good. And if they just had, slightly better engineering,
you don't really need to change the transformation too much.
No, not at all.
Just change tolerances, add a couple things.
Yeah.
Be real easy. Hasbro, get on this fucking shit, man.
I will say too, his backpack is a little bit of a hindrance because the T-Rex head swings around back, and then the VTOLs clip into it.
Yeah,
he's not back heavy though because his feet are so big.
Yep, unless you did the skates in robot mode.
If you did the skates in robot mode, sure. One thing too, I wish he had actual wheels on the skates.
That'd be fun.
But
I don't think even the Transart one did. Did the Transart one?
And it does.
Okay, I couldn't remember.
Yeah, but I always thought it was more fun that the VTOL spin.
Tail.
Yeah, the tail is segmented. So he was fun, but it's just like if you enjoyed him too much, he would break on you. So
yes. Hey.
All right. So now that we got those, I think we'll save the second part of Beast Wars for when you're
next
up.
Week,
since
maybe.
Since it's 12:30 here on the East Coast.
It's we also get it's smaller. Too,
yeah,
so we might be able to
cram
fit
in Beast Machines. Yeah,
I have a lot to say on Beast Machines. It might have the biggest pit section.
It probably will because there's a lot of duds. It's basically were you a Viacon? Yes or no? If no, then likely D or the pit.
No. There was some good Beast ones.
No, I'm saying but likely. So
all right.
So Professor Soundwave's above A tier is our Windmill Slam, which is the Slam is our S tier. So just to let everybody know, we'll just go over what made our S tier real quick. We've got the OG Optimus Primal, the OG Megatron. We've got Clawjaw, Quick Strike, and Transmetal Optimus Primal made our S tier.
I will say when we get to the we're gonna have a couple. There might be a couple more Transmetals and Fusors in that S tier next time.
Yeah, I think
there's a couple good ones I really like. Waspinator might be one of them.
Waspinator, I could definitely make a case for. I think Rat Trap comes pretty close.
He doesn't make that. I think he's A. It's the backpack. It's the weight
Yeah.
thing. It's just a lot with him.
Yeah.
But still better than his Beast Machines one.
Yeah. For Transmetal 2s, I actually have one I'll save. I'll tell you offline, but I think is a underrated gem. One of the more
There's
unique.
a couple I really like. There's a couple I'll tell you too offline because like there was one really there that I really like that one.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But do we want to make any changes here? So for A, we've got the 2-pack Primal and Megatron, Tarantulas, Wolfang. We've got Polar Claw. We've got Cyber Shark. We've got Baboom, Transmetal Cheetor, Transmetal Megatron.
I almost want to.
Oh,
I almost want to put Polar Claw, Polar Claw in S because I love that figure so much.
I still think the critiques that we had for it,
they're legit. I know.
Like,
oh, man,
because that's
so
how I feel about Cybershark. I'm like kind of like with there on Cybershark because I love the figure, but I recognize the design flaws that hold him back. Like I think with S, it's like does it's like there are some with limitations, right? But it's like you look at them as a product of their time, and it's like for what you got, like Quick Strike, you weren't getting a better figure, a better basics figure. In our opinions, for $5 back then.
Yeah. Oh, I still love that arm.
Yeah.
I love that snake arm. So good.
I mean, back in the day, Primal and Megatron were 20. I think they were $20 for the Ultra class.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
It's worth it.
Yep.
B, I feel pretty good about where B's at.
Yeah.
The only argument. I was thinking Waspinator might go up one, but I'm like, no, he has issues.
I think for like the knees and like I said, when you remove that gun and create that huge hole in the abdomen,
yeah,
and then his knees.
Tarantulas is fine.
Yeah.
C. Yeah, I'm pretty good with C. Like, I really like that Rhinox, but I recognize, like, really what he's lacking is, like, accessory.
Yeah. Well, yeah, the lack of accessories makes him average.
Because, like, honestly, if he had any sort of cannon to further sell that all-terrain, like, tank mode,
yeah.
Ooh, I think it would bump him up just enough. Because, like, good proportions, solid weight and chonk, good detail, like, it's just... The horn is so lackluster compared. Now, this might also be some bias because in the show he had almost the biggest guns, right?
Yeah, I agree with this. You can't let emotion cloud your judgment here because it's just like we got some figures that we have fond memories of.
Yeah.
But
like, which ones would I buy again if they redid and kept it mostly the same? Probably the S ones.
Yeah. I mean, I did rebuy Primal and Megatron.
Yeah.
In fact, you can still get those reissues really cheap. Like if you go over to Amazon, like they frequently have the Optimus Primal for like literally $20. And I'm like,
can we put the pill bug lower than the pit?
Unfortunately, no. We'd have to create another tier for that.
Like that's the only one I'd be like. Because, man, that thing just sucked so bad.
It did.
It's like, all right, we have like $20 left in the budget. Let's just do this.
Yeah. Retrax is probably the worst figure in all of Beast Wars. If you had to.
Yeah, I agree with that, actually. D... I'm actually surprised we have so few in D. I thought maybe nostalgia clouded me on some of these.
Yeah, well, I think the thing is, it's like Beast Wars was such a good line, and for what they were doing in the, the mid '90s, they created a lot of really good figures. So there's C being the litmus for average. I mean, for D being below average. I mean, you really had the.
Well, all the C ones, like, really, the flip changers are all the same, but, like, the basic level of articulation they all had was good.
And they were solid. I mean, they delivered.
Yeah. Again, for $5, Like, if we could get this out of a $5 transformer right now, we'd be over the goddamn moon.
Yeah.
Like, oh, so good.
I just want to put retracts out here for.
Oh my god, I hate him so much.
This is what you're getting. He can hug.
I'm gonna hug. The head is so bad.
Yeah, like he's squinting.
So bad.
And then, of course, like the way that they did the crotch plate, he's kind of visible screw right on the crotch plate.
That is not a mandible vagina. Jesus. Like, it's just bad. Although, to be fair, if they redid that head like Unicron, it'd still be the worst Unicron ever.
Yeah, they would have to redo a lot to make this guy work.
I mean, have an actual robot mode, because really all you do is unfold legs and stand him up.
They'd have to redo the gimmick. They'd have to do something with the kibble. Like they could make the kibble like slide up and segment a little bit more.
You make him a mega, or that size bracket. You upgrade him a size, gives you more to work with, I think. Then maybe we can talk.
Yeah. But that whole hugging gimmick just is it is a case of the gimmick ruined the toy.
Oh, absolutely. I could not stand up. You could maybe get that pose out of it. You can't do nothing else with it.
Yeah.
Like, are we being too mean to Magnaboss? Are we being too mean?
Nope. Like we said with Magnaboss, the thing about Magnaboss is he only looks good standing stoic in combined mode. The sum of the parts. Like, I get your complaints about Tripredicus combined, how the arms don't work, but literally it comes down to the arms and ram horn. It's like you have an A tier figure, a B tier figure, and a D tier figure all coming together to make a C tier combiner. Like that. Whereas like with Magnaboss, you have 3 D tier figures that form a awful combiner that you can't do anything with. No head articulation. You can't really move him. You know,
the legs aren't big enough.
The legs aren't big enough. So it's like you're getting like you're basically getting 3 crappy figures that combine into a crappy statue.
I mean, the worst one is Ironhide by far.
Ironhide, but Prowl's pretty awful too. It's like the only one that gets by is Silverbolt, and Silverbolt's sculpt is awful and his proportions are terrible. So it's just like,
but literally, if you could remove the wings for Silverbolt, he'd be okay.
Right. We'll remove the wings and remove like the
head gimmick.
The eagle head. Yeah. Like, and it's kind of funny because for like one of the Kingdom sets they like made an okay Silverbolt.
Because they made out of Airazor. They use the shit out of that Airazor mold. I think they're still using it for the Monster Hunter crossovers.
The Rathalos is Airazor. Which is a great mold, but yeah.
Filch is Airazor. Like, there's so many Airazors.
Yeah.
It's like that. It's like Legacy RC. Yeah.
Which the only good uses they got out of it were the G2 cycles.
You ain't wrong.
So.
Are we doing? No, I don't think we're being too mean to Rhinox either, because that figure was just bad.
Yeah, like it's just, even if Rhinox was not a show character, I still think he'd be in the pit. Like, it's not because of the legacy of the character. It's the same thing with Dinobot, right? It's like, even if Dinobot wasn't a show character, you'd look at it and be like, what's up with his thighs? What's up with the huge upper body? It looks like he's wearing like a sweater made out of raw chicken. You know.
Now, if they had upgraded these, though, like Dinobot and Rhinox to Mega, do you think they would have turned out better?
Oh, absolutely.
What about Retrax?
They'd have to redesign them from the ground up. Like, I think with Dinobot, like Kingdom kind of showed us that like the engineering's possible. Granted, I mean, back then it was, they didn't over-engineer the figure. They under-engineered them. They were focusing on like getting an articulated figure that had, kid-oriented gimmicks and was built pretty well. I think as a Mega, he would have worked better. I think he would have probably had better legs, and they probably would have kept the tail the same diameter. I think the problem with him being a deluxe is that to get that tailspin gimmick, they had to have it be a certain diameter and had to have it be a certain size. So like the torso of the Raptor ended up being bigger than it needed to be, Whereas if he was a mega, he would have had like larger legs, which would have allowed, like would have made for a larger upper body, and they could have done more with the tooling for the lower legs, tucked it away a little bit more.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I'm pretty happy with everything else then.
Yeah. Well, then I guess we will lock this one in. So let me go ahead and get out the handy dandy snipping tool. And I'm also going to change the name of this stream to 96 through 97. So when we do
98 to 2001.
Yeah.
Look, they shrink every year. So, like, honestly,
because we'll also throw in
this had like 42 figures. I think there's only like 30 something between those 4 years.
Yeah. And I mean, the mutants will be an
repaints.
interesting one too.
You remember Pits?
Yep. Well, I think Soundwave was probably the
trash.
Or is it Soundwave, or there's one that I actually did like?
Which one? What were the two beast modes?
Soundwave was the alligator and the bat.
So weird. There was a bear / a snowy owl.
That one was okay if I remember correctly. But
yes,
there
that
was
one
Poison Bite, Razor Claw. Razor Claw was the
like Wolverine / something.
It was a raptor and a Wolverine.
Weird fucking combination.
But the Polar Claw, or not Polar Claw,
I forget what it's called. It's the bear / owl.
Icebird. Icebird, you could actually get a robot mode out of him if you tried.
Oh god, who thought this thing? We're gonna make this thing turn into two different beasts.
Well, they were originally supposed to be Animorphs.
Oh god.
Yeah, that's
oh
that's
my
why.
God. Oh really? They were supposed to be but Animorphs go from human to animal. They don't go from animal to animal. I read those books.
I think that they originally meant for the robot heads to be human heads, and they would just like go from one animal to the other, and you'd be like, oh look, it's Tobias. Oh look, it's Jake.
Man, they did Rachel so dirty.
Yeah.
I remember those books. They're not good looking back, but actually they're very dark looking back.
Like you can even see on the one, the Poison Bite, you can see that they just really kept the what were the name of the aliens?
Andalites.
Yeah, you can definitely see that's supposed to be like, yeah, both of
Rex.
these you can see like those are Andalite heads in there.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
So
let's rate the Animorph sign.
Oh Pit. God, Pit for all of them. Except for I think the Axe one was, or the was it Visser 3?
It turned into an alien, so you could actually fake something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he turned into like a scorpion, and then he turned into like the alien, and then like what did Axe turn into?
It was like an Andalite into like, I don't know. God.
I'm gonna look this up real quick because I can't remember. Oh, he turned into the scorpion, and then
into an Andalite, I think.
Yeah, and I'm thinking of like what was it?
What a terrible name for an alien, Andalite.
Yeah, Visser 3 turned into like this weird monster
alien thing.
Yeah.
This Andalite is almost as bad as Alpha Q.
Yeah. But yeah, those were officially licensed Transformers. People forget about that.
For good reason.
I think the weirdest one was like Marco turning into the gorilla.
That's not much of a transformation, let's be honest.
No, because he basically just put sleeves on.
Yes.
So
I think they had like 3 of them that combined into a T-Rex too.
Yeah, they did. And that was
bad.
That was like the toy that like sunk the line.
Oh, and rightfully so.
So, all right. Well, I'm going to get this tier list uploaded to the YouTube community tab. I guess
so. After we do the Beast Wars, do we go? Our ID is going to be very small.
Yeah.
I was looking at it, and there's a lot of like G2 reissues. Like all the spy changers are basically from G2. The Combaticons are reissued from G1.
Yep.
Scourge is technically from G2, I think.
Yep.
Like when you strip it down to like unique molds, it's like the Car Brothers, Prime, Megatron, Gigatron, Megabolt, Bruticus. I might the railway guys and the built the landfill combiner. Like that's not a lot of figures.
Yeah.
Like that's like 10 to 12.
It's almost like not even worth giving it a full segment, to be honest.
I agree.
Like
Because
kind
it's
of like
very small.
make it like a lightning round, because there are some we probably can do as lightning rounds, like, you know,
G2.
Yeah.
I don't know if you even got any G2 because I really got into Beast Wars.
I got into G2, but I think like with G2, it's like, I think maybe like focus on like, I think maybe we just kind of like do like a, you know, Japanese
Random
only
ones.
thing. Yeah. Like with the ones that came out for import lines. We'll figure that one out.
Or we could go back and do Legacy now too.
Yeah, we can do Legacy. We can do the whole Siege
Siege was
line.
good too.
Yeah.
And Combiner Wars.
But I do think this is a good place to wrap it up. And before we get out of here, if you liked tonight's episode, make sure you hit that like button, because it does help me out in the algorithm. And, you know, the YouTube gods are not kind to a lot of content, especially since I typically just do one episode a week here on the show. I am still working on getting my collection tour video uploaded. I'll have that out hopefully soon. If you are in the Pennsylvania, DC, Maryland, Virginia area, as I mentioned, we are doing a meetup this Saturday in the White Marsh area at Bar Louie from 4 p.m. all the way to 8 p.m.
Yeah, next Saturday.
Well, this coming Saturday.
Fair. Yes, sorry.
Yes. So this coming Saturday, because it's still Saturday for you. It's actually Sunday for me. I'm in the future.
Right in the future.
But yeah, so Saturday the 30th, we will be at Bar Louie in White Marsh, Maryland. Everybody's welcome to attend. Even if you're not into Transformers, you just want to hang out with some collectors, check out some figures, bring anything that you might be interested in showing off, selling, or trading. But just come on by, be cool, have a drink, have a meal with us, hang out for a bit. It'll be awesome. I'll be doing 0 hour on Tuesday, same time. And other than that, yeah, we might have some additional in-the-house content, probably pick up another episode of these, because I'll be off on Friday as Lance is in town, and probably do a live, if not a tier list. We'll just do like a live hangout and chat. So
you'll be able to see my tattoo.
Yeah, that's right. You did get a very Beast Wars oriented tattoo. You'll be able to show off to the people.
Yep.
So with that, I think this is a good place to end it. I'll see everybody on Tuesday for 0 hour, 9 o'clock Eastern, right here on this YouTube channel. Hope everybody has a great Sunday ahead of them. And if you are interested in any of the video game content I do, check out the link tree, because I'll be back on Gronky on Dogs, or the Gronky Gaming Podcast, tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern. So check that out if you're into any gaming content. And with that, I will catch you all on the next one. Peace out.
Bye.